Good morning, one and all. Today, I am going to give some basic introduction to the linear data structure queues. As we have seen in the introduction, stacks and queues are examples of linear data structure, which is used for storing similar data types. Queues follows first in first out scheme, while we have already seen that stacks follows last in first out. Queues is a data structure which is open at both its ends. One end is referred to as a rear end, and it is always used for inserting data into the queue. The other end is always referred to as the front end and is used for removing or dequeuing data from the queue. Now we can see few examples of queues in our daily life. So queues of consumers waiting for a resource, well, let it be some groceries or some movie ticket, the consumer who came first will be served first. Another example will be the access to the shared resources. For example, in an office environment, a single printer will be shared by many systems. So the systems will be triggering the print request. All the print requests from each of the system will be queued up. The first print request will be served first. Now we can move on to the classification of queues. Queues can be classified as into four categories: linear queue, circular queue, the priority queue, and the double-ended queue. The priority queue can be again subdivided into two categories: ascending queue and the descending queue. The double-ended queue can be again categorized into two subcategories: input restricted queue and the output restricted queue. Now we will move on to the representation of queue in computer. The queues can be represented either using arrays or using linked list by making use of pointers and structures. So as we have already seen, queues follows a first in first out. It can also be seen as it is same as a scheme as last in last out. Now we will move on to the representation of queues using array. Queues can be implemented by using a linear array and two pointer variables. The pointer variable having the address of the front or the first element is known as the front pointer, and the pointer variable having the address of the rear element or the last element is known as the rear pointer. To begin with, we have to initialize the pointer variables. The front pointer variable is initialized to 0 and the rear pointer is initialized to -1. The condition to check whether the queue is empty is the rear pointer value. If it is equal to the front pointer value -1, the queue is empty. The condition to check whether the queue is full is the rear pointer value. If it is equal to n-1, where n is the size of the linear array, then the queue is full. On inserting an element into the queue, the value of the rear pointer is increased by 1. And on deletion of the element, the value of the front pointer is increased by 1. Now we will move on to an example of insertion of elements to a queue. A queue is implemented using a linear array which is of size n equal to 4. Both the pointer variables are initialized. Rear pointer is initialized to -1 and the front pointer is initialized to 0. On inserting an element into the queue, the rear pointer is incremented by 1. So suppose we are inserting an element 21. The rear pointer has to be incremented from -1 to 0. On inserting a second element, the rear pointer has to be incremented from 0 to 1. but the front pointer remains same. Moving on to insertion of a third element, the rear pointer has to be incremented from 1 to 2, and similarly on insertion of the fourth element, the rear pointer has to be incremented from 2 to 3. As we have seen, the condition for checking whether Q is empty is the rear pointer value should be equal to the front pointer value minus 1. Initially, when the linear array of size n equal to 4 is empty and we had initialized the rear pointer to minus 1 and the front pointer to 0, the condition for the Q empty, which is rear is front minus 1, is satisfied. As rear is minus 1 and front is 0, rear pointer is 0 minus 1, which is nothing but minus 1. The condition to check whether the Q is full is given by the last linear array, which is having all the 4 elements 21, 24, 4 and 12. When the Q is full, the rear pointer value should be equal to n minus 1, where n is the size of the array. Here in this example, when the Q is full, the rear pointer value is 3, which is nothing but the value of the array size, which is 4 minus 1. Now we will move on to the deletion of elements from a queue. On deletion of elements from a queue, the front pointer will be incremented by 1. As the queues follow first in first out scheme, the element deleted first will be the first element inserted into the queue. Here in our example, on deletion, the element 21, which was inserted as the first element in the queue, will be deleted first. On deletion, the front pointer value will be incremented by 1. Now, on deleting the second element 24, the front pointer will be again incremented by 1. Again on deletion of the third element 4, the front pointer will be incremented by 1. So we can see that the element pointed by the front pointer will be deleted, and then the value of the front pointer will be incremented by 1. On deleting all elements from a queue of size n, the condition to check whether a linear queue is empty is the rear pointer value should be front pointer minus 1. So here in this example, after deleting all elements from the queue, we will be left out with the rear pointer value as 3 and the front pointer value as 4. Now we can check for the condition of Q being empty. Rear pointer value should be equal to front pointer minus 1. Here in our case, rear pointer value is 3 and the front pointer value is nothing but 4 minus 1, 3. So the Q is empty. Moving on to considering Q as an abstract data type, we will see the basic operations which are applicable for Q as an ADT. The Q ADT stores elements of homogeneous data type. The basic operations of Q as an ADT are as follows. Enqueuing, which is nothing but the process of adding an element into the queue. Dequeuing is the process of removing an element from a queue. Peek is getting the element from the queue, which is the first element, without removing the or deleting the element from the queue. Is full is the operation for checking whether queue is full, and is empty is an operation for checking whether the queue is empty. Moving on to the first basic operation of Q as an ADT, we will first see the enqueuing algorithm. We already know that enqueuing is the process of inserting an element into a queue. Insertion is possible only at the rear end or the tail end of a queue. Insertion takes place at the address location which is pointed by the rear pointer. Rear pointer value will be incremented by 1 on insertion. So we will see the steps required for inserting an item into a queue which is implemented using a linear array of size n. The first thing to be checked is whether the queue is empty or it has any empty location on to the right side of the rear pointer. So enqueuing is possible or the insertion is possible only if the queue is having at least 1 or 2 empty location on the right side of the rear pointer. So the first condition to be checked in the algorithm for the enqueuing is the condition for checking whether the queue is full. The condition as had given in the previous slide for the checking of queue is full is if the rear pointer value is equal to n minus 1, where n is the size of the linear array, then the queue is full. So consider the previous example in which if the linear array of size n equal to 4 is having 4 elements and the rear pointer is pointing to the value 3, then that indicates that the queue is full because the rear is pointing to a value 4 minus 1, which is nothing but 3. In the else part, that means if queue is having an empty location on the right side of the rear pointer, there is empty position for inserting the elements. So we can increment the value of the rear pointer and insert the item into the queue at the location pointed into by the rear pointer. Moving on to the next term. We will now move on to the next basic operation of deletion or dequeuing of elements. Deletion of elements in a queue follow first in, first out scheme. Elements inserted first will be deleted first. On deletion, the front pointer will be incremented by 1. For deletion, elements should be present in the queue. So to check whether the queue is empty, the condition is given as rear pointer. If it is equal to front pointer minus 1, then the queue is empty. In the example what we have considered, in the empty queue condition, rear pointer is pointing to minus 1 and the front pointer is pointing to 0. That means it satisfies the condition rear pointer equal to front pointer minus 1 and indicates queue is empty. If elements are present in the queue, then copy the value pointed by the front pointer to a variable item, which can be displayed as the item deleted, and then increment the pointer to point to the next element to be deleted in the queue. Next, we will move on to the display algorithm, which is used for traversing through the elements which are inserted in the queue, which is implemented using a linear array. For displaying algorithm, the first thing which has to be checked is whether the queue is empty. If the queue is empty, the rear pointer will be equal to front pointer minus 1. In the previous example, when the queue was empty, rear pointer was pointing towards minus 1 and front pointer was equal to 0. This clearly indicates that the queue is empty as it satisfies the condition rear is equal to the front pointer minus 1. Moving on to the else part. If there are elements present in the array, then we know that items in the queue will be stored from the position of friend pointer to the position of the rear pointer. For displaying the items in the queue, we can iterate through the linear array starting from the position indicated by the friend pointer up to the position indicated by the rear pointer, and in each step displaying the item present in the indicated position. So we will make use of the step 2 for iterating through each item right from the position indicated by the friend pointer to the position indicated by the rear pointer. We will initialize the I value to the position indicated by the friend pointer, and then display the item which is present at the ith position, and then increment the value of I until it is equal to the position indicated by the rear pointer. Now we will see few limitations of queue implemented using linear array. The condition for a linear queue to be full is given as rear pointer value equal to n-1, where n is the size of the linear array. Here is an example where the queue is full. When queue is full, rear pointer is pointing to n-1, where n is the size of the array. After the queue being full, if we start deleting elements one by one, as we know that as a queue follows first in first out, elements deleted will be in the order 21, 24, 4 likewise. So the first element which was inserted, which is pointed by the friend pointer, will be deleted, and then the friend pointer will be incremented. So when we delete an element from the queue which is implemented using a linear array, we can see that there will be empty positions onto the left side of the rear pointer. But we know the condition that even if the items are deleted, the friend pointer will be incremented, but the rear pointer will not be reset. It will continue to show that the array is full, which is indicated by the pointing position of n-1. So when we try to insert a new element into a queue which is having empty location onto the left side of the rear pointer, it will show that the queue is full. Hence we cannot insert an element even if there is space in front of the queue. As we have seen in the example, on deletion of elements from a queue, only the friend pointer will be incremented. The rear pointer will not get reset. Thus, even when there is empty position in the beginning of the queue, rear pointer will be pointing to n-1, indicating that the queue is full. This disadvantage of linear queue can be overcome by using a circular queue, in which both the front and the rear pointer is incremented in a circular manner.